Well, top tens are really important in this film. So, what is your top 10 of best albums ever? We could go into that later. Hello there. This is Alex from Lights Camera Debate, and today we're going to discuss the great classic film from the early 1990s, well, as it's 2000, High Fidelity, based on the Nick Hornby book, but completely changed for the film. Nick Hornby has absolutely nothing to do with the film, which is a rather interesting thing. Stephen Frears directed it. He's done lots of things like The Queen and episodes of The Crown and lots of great films, basically. He was going to be the director of the Star Wars Obi-Wan Kenobi film, what never happened, what turned into the film what Ian McGregor did eventually. So this film is very interesting. It's based, as I said, on the book, and it's about a guy called Rob. I don't know if you've seen it, who has one girlfriend, but cannot work out why he can't stay with a woman, basically. And around that, there is music. Basically, he runs a record store in America, and this is John Cusack playing the Rob character from High Fidelity. In the book, it's all set in London, and for the film, they changed it to get the American audience to New York. And in a way, I think that works quite well, considering what music is being played throughout the film, and the feeling it has that very sort of gritty New York scene feeling to it. And we spend the film trying to find out why Rob ends up with all the girlfriends he ends up with and why the music is important to him. And he has one particular girlfriend who decides at the beginning of the film to leave him, and she goes off with the guy upstairs who's a bit of a holistic hippie. He's not the greatest person, and Rob, John Cusack's character, spends the whole film imagining what he'd do to him and hoping she comes back to him, which by the end of the film, she does. It's got a great score, it's got lots of cool music in it. Things like the Beta Band, things like what else is in it? It's not lots of good music, and eventually by the end of it, you know, he actually gets what he wants in life. He gets the girl, he gets the music label, he becomes the person he wants to be, basically. There's some great performances in this. John Cusack, who I'm sure is the other dad in three men and a lady. I was going to say it in French then, but it's three men and a lady. Three men and a baby. That's it. The first one was, so not the second one. I really love Three Men and a Lady. Great films if you've never seen it. About three guys who get left a baby and have to deal with it. John Cusack is excellent in that. I'm pretty sure he's in it. Well, let me know if I got it wrong. If you send me a comment, I read all the comments. Oh, by the way, I haven't mentioned it yet. Well, I should have mentioned it, but I actually probably switched off. We're on 33, so thank you, thank you. I want to get to 40 by the end of the month. So subscribe, hit the bell, and like if you like the video. Yeah, so John Cusack is excellent in this. Even better is Frank Black, who's a really obnoxious. And if you've been to any record store, people start off like that. There's always an obnoxious guy who eventually gets you into all the cool music. Well, there always was in the record stores I'd go into in the late 90s, and that's played brilliantly by Frank Black, who does that great twist. He tells the Rob character that he's into thrash metal and it's going to be a death group band at the record launch for the artist he's taken on. Rob has taken on, but it ends up with being a complete soul band. And Frank Black is a great singer, so he's great at that. That's the great twist. It's just a very cool romantic film with a great female cast and a great male cast. As I said, we need more female viewers. So if you've watched this film, let me know. We'll be also doing Pretty Woman soon. I'm going to record that tonight. Well, that will come out in the next couple of days. Because I've finally seen it. I've always put off watching Pretty Woman, but that's another subject for the next video. But High Fidelity is a really good film. And if you like the book, I always like the book more than the film. I thought, well, I've rewatched it and it stands up really well because it's now, it's 26 years old now. It came out in 2000. It's 26. There's a really good bit part performance by Catherine Zeta-Jones. Sure, it's her. He plays one of his girlfriends. He's a complete narcissistic, loves herself, and that's what he eventually learns, that the one he's with is the best person for him. I think she's called Laura, the one he ends up with. She is great. She's a lawyer, and it's a great part played. I'm not too sure. There's also in all the stupid expert, like he ends up when he's breaking his heart and soul from not having Laura in his life, gets off with a really good-looking singer, and she's fun. And she's a bit, out there, but she's great as a breakup and what we do when we break up messily. So yeah, it's just a really fun film. It's enjoyable, it's funny, it sort of has an interesting outlook on life. How do we cope with life? Or we make top tens, us blokes, and do women do the same? You probably do. You know, you make a top ten of best songs. You make a top ten of what songs we played at the funeral. It's just how we get through things. We advertise our vinyl and our music. Is that a coping method, or do women do the same? It's a very interesting thing. I'd love to know more about it. So please put a comment in the thing here, and I always get back. So John Cusack's character is very funny. He's very enjoyable. He's got that right sort of, and I think he's just built enough great roles. As I said, I was also going to watch. I find it being John Malkovich, which is another great film of the time period. Um, I don't think this is on Miramax, which always makes me happy because I don't really like watching Miramax films these days. What I was going to say about it, it's really good. I love the music. It's got a really good score. Frank Black's excellent. It's just one of these arty films where you come out smiling, basically. It's very, the guy gets the girl by the end of it, basically. That's the whole point of it. But he has to go through horrendous stuff to get the girl he's always had, and, where we look at things and we regret what we do in life, basically. So this film is, it's just comfort film watching. I think I've been watching a couple of comfort films. I don't know why I haven't been feeling that great. But I've been watching this. I watched Pretty Woman for the first time and actually enjoyed it. Well, that's the next video I'm going to do and tell you about. I've got Notting Hill to watch. I love Notting Hill. It's a great Hugh Grant film. So us guys who love gangster and horror, I can also love a good bit of, softy cuddle up on the sofa with a good bottle of wine film, basically. I must do Four Weddings and a Funeral. I love Four Weddings and a Funeral. Yeah, there's just been some really good British films. I must see if there's something more recent. If there is, let me know what you've been watching. Sort of romantic comedy film in the comments, and I'll reply and I'll watch it. And hopefully, it's got audio description. That's the only bugbear I have. It has to have audio description. But yeah, so I really enjoyed this film again. I hadn't watched it for ages, so it was on Disney Plus. So I thought I'd give it a watch and enjoyed it a lot. It's just great because of three things basically. It's great because I love music and it's got lots of cool music in it. Um, Cusack and Frank and I was going to say Frank Black there from the Pixies, but it's not Jack Black, isn't it? Are absolutely awesome. The other guy, I can't think of his name. The other guy who plays the other, sort of more nerdy guy in the record store is really good as well. He gets the girl eventually. It's just a very good, fun film, well worth a watch. If you've got nothing better to do on a wet, cold March day, then I would suggest watch it. So, as I said, people, what have we got coming? Well, we've got coming video on Pretty Woman. I know, and I finally watched it. And I'm probably going to get involved with Daredevil Born Again. So there will be other stuff this week. I'm hoping to go and see Project Hail Mary and The Faraway Tree as a double bill on Friday, and there'll be videos on that, of course. Classic wise, also, I've got Titanic lined up. I've got Notting Hill lined up. I might do Four Weddings and a Funeral again. I love that film. But if there's something new, classic romance I should be watching, you think, or good, I just like a film that has good characters and good interaction, basically. So let me know in the comments, and of course, get back to you. So that's all, folks. Speak to you soon.